Hi, I'm Gloria Huang. I come to the fitness center on a regular basis. Mr. Bromley, from what I understand from your plan, would you agree that Kerrisdale will be losing revenue as a means of funding the have-not centers? And if so, how can you possibly promise that our programs will not be changed?
Well, right now, Kerrisdale is not funding the have-not centers because our model, keeps money where it's generated.
No, your proposed plan.
Oh, I see. Well, as I've mentioned, between us collectively, I'm responsible for the entire city's recreation and park services and working with our partners to ensure that, there's a fair level of service. The system generates $1 to $2 million surplus that over time we can reinvest and to reduce the dependency on grants at places like Strathcona and Raycam and other centers. So we think that there's enough money in the system to over time do that. And also, we've got partners like Coastal Health and others who are saying, if you can work with us to achieve some outcomes for health and childhood obesity and dealing with seniors' health, they'll partner with us to provide some funding. Right now, I can't guarantee that we would be able to roll out a program in a partnership with Coastal Health because it's optional. Every community center can choose to implement it or not implement it. And we'd like to start having some more integration between the centers to achieve some of those efficiencies and get some more funding partners.
Just for a point of interest, the point was brought up that Strathcona was labeled as a have-not and they would like to reduce their grants. Strathcona is not part of the group that's part of this proposal negotiation or facilitation, for the record. And they get almost $900,000 in grants. Where would the city make up $900,000 in grants per year to one community center if you want to eliminate their grants? That doesn't make any sense. I'd also like to hear if Constance could maybe get up with Malcolm and speak as well, because I'd like to hear the elected officials' opinions as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to add a little comment on something that Mr. Bromley just said. And I'll reiterate what I said earlier. Kerrisdale pays 70% of the operating cost of this facility. The average across the city is 50% paid, or just over 50% paid by the society or the association. Some are as low as 30% paid by the society, but the average is 50. Our 70% that we pay means that we're paying 20% of operating costs that they do not have to pay here, which means 20% of our operating costs that we are paying is available within the city system, within the Parks Board, for the benefit of those centers that need financial help. So we cannot say that we are not providing equity already. We're paying 70%. The average is 50, 50 and a bit. A very simple formula that leaves the money in the hands of the community centers would be to bump us to 75%, bump everybody to 55%, and there's got to be enough money in there to satisfy the 3 or 4 centers that are having trouble financially. But I'll go back to what I said before. It is not a financial problem. It's a management problem. It's a problem that needs to be dealt with on a center-by-center basis with somebody going in there and helping them get a level of management, get a level of program understanding, get sufficient programmers so that they can put programs on. A center that has half a programmer cannot run an efficient program for a community. And we have a community in this city that has been relegated to having one half programmer. And they're expected to generate a positive cash flow. We're successful. We have 4 programmers, I believe. They do a fantastic job. But I do not believe any one of them, as good as they are, could spend half time here and keep anywhere near a fraction of what we've got going now. And I don't think any other programmer in another center can do it. They need to have help. They need to have a little bit of help, maybe from the other boards of directors. They probably need a little bit of help from city staff to go down and help the programmer to build some programs. And that's not just one center. There's 3 or 4 centers that are having trouble. Put put the energy into helping them instead of a year of campaigning to take the money out of our pockets.